Okay, so this is my prepper haul, and it's a donut. And this donut can actually be found and sold. It's actually sold in McDonald's in what's former Yugoslavia in some areas, in some countries in that region. And found a way to make it look even better. Take that one. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Anyways, before we get on with anything else, let's take a look at this crazy donut. So what is it? It's basically, it's kind of like a regular donut with chocolate drizzle. It's got a chocolate underside, but most importantly, it's got chocolate in the middle. There were some American tourists that tried this thing overseas, and they were surprised. They had never seen it before. You might ask, how did I get it? Well, my local grocery store sells it. I don't even know what it's called, but it's damn good. So yeah, nice. Wonder what it tastes with the marshmallow. Okay, I got an idea. I'll try this. Hot and sweet. Come on, get that last part. Makes your house smell nice. Oops, almost fell. Now we're gonna really see. Had to stuff it in off camera. Kind of like a donut s'more. Pretty good though. Okay. Hold on a sec. The drink. Got some Merlot here in this Cheyenne Saloon glass. One of my favorite glasses. This is like my prized possession from family vacations as a kid. So Church Street Station. So wine and church on a Sunday. That makes sense, right? Wine, donuts, and then a glass that says church. So, what I was going to talk about today was urbanization. Okay, let me get one last bite of this before we get on with it. Urbanization. It's coming for you. Or is it? Tell you why. So they say that by 2050 year, 68% of the world's population is going to basically be living in an urban area, essentially a city. Okay? So what does that basically mean? That means we're going to be moving away from the country with nice peace and quiet and fireflies and more into the places where you got smog and noisy people and historically crime. So it's going to be awesome. So 68%. Let's take a look at something here. This is what they teach kids in school. This is an actual environmental science book that is used for high school. And here we have urbanization. Okay. I don't know if my camera's picking up on this really, really well, but I'll read it off to you. It says, people live where they can find the things that they need and want, such as jobs, schools, and recreational areas. For more people today, this means living in the urban area. So most people seek recreational areas in the city versus the country. So most people would rather play in the street than play in a field, or play in the mountains, or down by a stream. Huh. Basketball addicted culture? I don't know.
Yeah. But what I wanted to say is, do you remember when you were organizing a schedule for the day, and you always said, do you want to do a fitness session
Or
you want to walk around the mountain? for hours and
yeah,
hours.
Yeah.
Everybody has taken the second choice. Everybody was walking hours and hours in the
I
mountain
don't know
every day.
why. Because I was talking about tree, grasses, flowers, about geography and everything.
Picking up the blueberries.
Blueberry.
Yes.
Eat, and I said, don't eat so much blueberry because your stomach will be very bad. And so on. Yeah, it's a nice time, huh? And now is an excellent time for me.
So here's what they say about urbanization. The movement of people from rural areas to cities is known as urbanization. People usually leave rural areas for more plentiful and better paying jobs in towns and cities. So automatically they're telling you, if you want a better paying job, if you want to make more money, you better get with urbanization. They're already hinting it. The first line a kid's going to read is that. Urbanization is associated with better paying job. Now they go on to tell a lot of facts as they are, and they don't really propagandize them or anything like that. It's very, very straightforward. Here, but let's take a look at this further. How has urbanization progressed in the United States? Let's take a look at the numbers they give out. In 1960, 70% of the U.S. population was classified as urban. By 1980, this percentage had increased only slightly to 75%. So, if you're actually scared of, oh my God, 68%, we have crossed that a long time ago. You're almost getting to the point of almost 10 percentage points above that 68%. That's 75% in 1980. There has been a lot more development since 1980. My guess is we are over 10 percentage points higher than that 68%. So if people are thinking like, oh my God, like the Home Alone face, like Kevin, or the other kid where he's like, he puts the aftershave on. Yeah, we've already crossed both of those points and both of those reactions a long time ago. So if you're thinking to yourself, I'd freak out when we get to 68%, we've already been there, man. They're talking about the rest of the world. So if you want to escape this, what it's basically saying is, you better find a new country to live in. Period. So some people like ignore me when I say things like, find a better country. We're becoming a shithole country. We are a shithole country. Listen, 75% was achieved in 1980. 68% is the doom and gloom number that they're promoting for the world. So, as you can see, some of my BS is based on real facts. When I say something as serious as you may want to find a new country to move into, I fucking mean it. Okay? My aunt, a long time ago, my aunt used to help me out financially, okay? Especially when I was in college. My mother used to help me out. My aunt used to help me out a little bit, and so that I could make it happen. So I had an old car in college. My car was starting to get old and break down, and the body, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of small things like the windows wouldn't roll up or roll down, or et cetera. The thing was not functioning right, but it used to run pretty good because it had a good engine. Okay, Ford Explorer. And she says to me one day, she says, "Oh, how's your car doing?" I said, "It's doing okay." I said, it runs good. And she's like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." She's like, "Start looking, just start looking." Meaning, that thing's seen better days. And we all know it. There's no mystery. You can just eyeball it and say, your seats, your electronic seats don't work. A couple of your only, I think, one window in the whole thing with the electronics used to work anymore. It's past its best by date, right? Blatantly. But that was her saying on a lot of things, when things were just not really worth investing any more money in. She used to say things like, start looking, meaning find something else. And that's what I'm telling a lot of people. Start looking, because you don't want to go into what's coming without any options on the table and no knowledge of what to do. Just saying. Then again, if you like it, if you like what you see, then that's a whole different story. If you look around America and you're like, man, I love the crime, I like the pollution, the corruption, the lower wages than in the past, I love the inflation, That's awesome. I love the dumbass presidents, Biden and Trump. If you're looking at all this and you're saying, man, I couldn't imagine a better life, then this is the place for you. But if you're looking at the past saying, what the fuck ever happened to decency and pride and, family values and just balanced life in general, whatever happened to labor unions, by the way, and where the fuck did they all go? If you're like that, you may want to start looking. That's the video.